What would you do if a single dad risked his entire career to stop a powerful CEO from signing a deal worth millions of dollars? Everyone in the room thought he was making a terrible mistake, until a shocking secret hidden inside the contract changed everything. In today's story, you'll discover how one brave employee uncovered the truth, saved an entire company from disaster, and exposed the powerful figure secretly controlling the deal. This is a story about courage, integrity, and standing up for what is right when nobody else will. If you enjoy inspiring stories with powerful twists, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And now let's get started. Ethan Parker arrived at the Manhattan headquarters before sunrise, carrying a cup of coffee in one hand and his laptop bag in the other. As a single father raising his 8-year-old daughter, he was used to long days and early mornings he had dropped. Her off at school and rushed to the office for what everyone was calling the biggest day in the company's history. The technology firm was preparing to sign a partnership agreement worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Employees filled the conference floor with excitement, and executives moved through the halls with confident smiles. Rumors spread that the deal would double the company's value within a year. Inside the executive conference room, CEO Victoria Reed sat at the head of a long glass table. Lawyers, board members, and investors gathered around her, waiting for the final signing ceremony. Large screens displayed charts showing projected profits and growth. Cameras had even been arranged to capture the historic moment. While most employees focused on the celebration, Ethan reviewed the contract one last time. Something bothered him. A series of complicated clauses buried deep in the document seemed unusual. The language was legal and difficult to follow, but the more he studied it, the more concerned he became. Ethan compared the contract with previous agreements and noticed references to an outside holding company that had received very little attention during negotiations. The ownership details were vague, and several asset transfer provisions appeared hidden beneath technical wording. His heart began to race. If his interpretation was correct, the company could lose control of valuable intellectual property after the deal was finalized. As applause erupted and Victoria picked up her pen, Ethan made a decision. Ignoring the nervous looks from colleagues nearby, he stood from his seat. The room gradually fell quiet as he stepped forward. Several executives frowned at the interruption. Ethan cleared his throat and looked directly at the CEO. "Before you sign," he said firmly, "I believe there's something in this contract that everyone needs to see." The celebration stopped instantly, and every eye in the room turned toward him. The conference room became completely silent after Ethan's warning. CEO Victoria Reed slowly placed her pen back on the table and stared at him. Several board members exchanged annoyed looks, while one investor muttered that they were wasting valuable time. Despite the pressure, Ethan remained calm. He opened his laptop, connected it to the large screen, and displayed the sections of the contract that had raised his concerns at first glance. "These clauses look routine," Ethan explained, pointing to highlighted passages. "But if you follow the ownership chain mentioned here, the company gains rights to more than our partnership revenues. It gains access to key patents and proprietary technology." Victoria's expression changed from irritation to concern. She instructed the legal team to review the sections immediately. As attorneys examined the details, whispers spread throughout the room. Within minutes, one of the senior lawyers confirmed Ethan's findings. The hidden provisions would have allowed a third-party holding company to acquire significant control over the firm's most valuable assets. Victoria ordered a deeper investigation before any signatures were placed on the agreement. The ceremony was postponed, and a team of analysts worked through the afternoon. What they discovered shocked everyone. The holding company was connected to a businessman who had previously been investigated for financial misconduct. Through a network of shell corporations, he had concealed his involvement in the deal. By evening, the board reconvened. The evidence was undeniable. The partnership had been designed to look legitimate while quietly transferring control of critical company assets. Victoria immediately canceled the agreement and informed investors of the findings. Instead of suffering a catastrophic financial loss, the company had narrowly avoided a disaster. When the meeting ended, Victoria approached Ethan personally. "You had every reason to stay quiet," she said, "but you chose to speak up." Ethan simply nodded. He had done what he believed was right. The following week, Victoria announced his promotion before the entire company. The applause that filled the room was genuine this time. Ethan's courage, attention to detail, and integrity had protected thousands of employees and secured the company's future.